Sir Lewis Hamilton is undoubtedly one of the greatest talents that the sport has, and he proved it by winning the driver's title 7 times, equaling the all-time record of Michael Schumacher. When he arrived at the Formula One in 2007 as a rookie driver of McLaren, many F1 records were in the name of Michael Schumacher. But within the next 15 years, he broke all these records one by one, pushing himself ahead of Schumacher as the GOAT of Formula One with his superb driving style. He was the king of the turbo hybrid era, dominating every season and winning 6 championships since 2014. But his fortune turned upside down with the introduction of new regulations for the 2022 season, which caused a complete change to the aerodynamic design of the car, losing the dominancy of the Brackley-based team for the first time in the turbo hybrid era. Everyone accepts that Mercedes W13 is not competitive enough to compete with Ferrari and Red Bull for the top finishes yet. But the most surprising fact is that Hamilton is still struggling a lot behind his young teammate, George Russell, who stands 4th in the current championship standings, appearing as a possible contender for the 2022 driver's title. Both Hamilton and Russell are competing using similar type of W13s, and Hamilton is the only man who struggles, raising concerns over his driving skill with the age. Hamilton partnered with Rico Rosberg till 2016 within Mercedes, creating one of the most famous rivalries between two teammates, which heated up the whole Formula One paddock. Even though Rosberg clinched the 2016 driver's title after a tough battle, Hamilton appears to be the #1 driver for Silver Arrows. Valtteri Bottas, who was the replacement of Rosberg, was far away from the skill set of Hamilton, never being a threat to the #1 position of the 7 times world champion within the team. Mercedes administration opted to sign George Russell as the replacement for Valtteri Bottas, who served as the wingman of the Brackley-based squad for many years since the sudden retirement of Rosberg. George Russell is in a different caliber compared to the previous teammates of Hamilton, threatening the position of Hamilton within the team. Even in the signing of the agreement, his role was never assigned as a wingman, expecting something special from this young Briton. Mercedes are lacking a strong challenger to fight for the top finishes this season, and Philip Brandl describes this as the main reason for the Lewis Hamilton struggles this season. He's really a driver who needs a lot of confidence in the car. He doesn't have the technical background that Nico Rosberg and Michael Schumacher had. He needs confidence and therefore a really fast car, Brandl says of Hamilton. When diving into the history of Lewis Hamilton, former Mercedes engineer Martin Brandl's statement seems to be true. Hamilton was so lucky to have a strong car to compete for the championship during his rookie season in Formula One. He had a very close battle with teammate Fernando Alonso and Iceman Kimi Räikkönen till he lost the driver's title even after equaling the points in 2007. But he continued his fight to the next season till he wins the 2008 driver's title, and he always had a very fast car from McLaren till his move to Mercedes. Everyone knows what he achieved with his Silver Arrows, being the fastest car in the Formula One grid over the past years. Then, this is the first time he is with an uncompetitive car that lacks enough speed to compete for the top spots, and he is struggling all over the recent races, proving that Brandl's statement is not wrong. Formula One is not a sport that depends just only on rotating the steering wheel while driving as fast as much as possible. It needs to handle the advanced technical background of the car properly to win a race, where the fastest car doesn't make the winner always. Hamilton's teammate George Russell spent his first 3 seasons of the Formula One with Williams, who were financially struggling at that period and didn't make a car even competitive enough to fight for the point finishes too. But George Russell was very famous as Mr. Saturday during his period with Williams due to his great qualifying performance on Saturday evenings. So he knows how to unleash the full potential of an uncompetitive car, by adjusting the technical aspects of the car. Now he is with Mercedes, who are underpowered a little bit, but competitive enough to fight for top 5 finishes. So he seems to be using the skills mastered with Williams to go for more wheel-to-wheel racing with both Red Bull and Ferrari. Talking about the performance level of George Russell, even under a situation where his 7-time World Championship teammate is struggling, Mercedes team principal admires the skill set of George Russell to remain so competitive. The Briton stormed to the 2017 GP3 Championship and delivered the 2018 Formula 2 crown under immense pressure, which is a rare achievement for a race driver on his way to Formula 1. When you look at George's track record in winning the title in F3 in his rookie year and then in F2, we knew that he was very good, said by Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff. And then obviously the Williams school added its part, so we were never in any doubt that he would be very good. And you can see that it's materializing on the track. I like his approach very much. He's very rational, whether he is fastest in P2 or whether he's 11th. It's just about applying the science and trying to make the car faster. He's integrated very well. It's almost like he's been here forever, Wolff added further. This is not Rosberg or Bottas. Russell is someone from another league, opening the gates for a new team culture within Mercedes, where there is no more wingman. Russell currently stands with 84 points to his name in the Drivers' Championship, with 34 points gap with his teammate. Former F1 boss Eddie Jordan also commented on his new situation within Mercedes. Absolutely, I think the big surprise is everybody globally in Formula 1 context thinks that Lewis Hamilton is top dog, Jordan said. But he's no longer top dog, not even in that team, because Russell has taken his perch away. And I think it's very interesting to watch, and I want to see how Lewis is going to overcome that. But former McLaren driver Juan Pablo Montoya has a different opinion against this, refusing to get too carried away with the hype surrounding Russell, and he thinks Russell has plenty to learn from his teammate, 7-time world champion. He said, "I think George on one-lap pace is doing a much better job than Lewis. He's getting more out of the car on one lap. When Lewis is on his A game, he's hard. I think George can do a job on one lap, but he's got a lot to learn from Lewis on race pace. Same as when Valtteri was there. The pace of Lewis in the races was incredible. We have seen many times in history drivers with the fastest car in the grid who ends up winning 0 championships. So even with a faster car, it is not an easy task to maintain the consistency of 7 world championships. Driving a car for a championship is harder than criticizing the efforts of drivers outside the track." Now the 2022 season is 7 races old, but Mercedes is yet to unleash the full potential of the car. Let's see how both Hamilton and Russell play their game when the season matures. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel to not miss anything related to Formula 1. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.